And now, after years of planning, sweating, and going broke, here is the Boots and Whiskey Podcast with Jim Belisle.
I'll alert the media.
Why they would give this man a podcast is anyone's guess.
Then there is what could only be a bizarre coincidence or something else.
Welcome to the Boots and Whiskey Podcast with Jim Belisle.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Country music and fine moonshine. Finally, a podcast that lets it all hang out.
Let's level with America.
Got your boots? Ready for some whiskey?
These boots are made for walking.
One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
And now, the Boots and Whiskey Podcast with Jim Belisle.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Boots and Whiskey Podcast. As always, I am Jim. I am your host. Today, this is our second released video podcast. You can find that. You're on YouTube right now, and that's where you can find it. A week from today, we are going to release it onto Spotify and all that stuff. And that's how we're going to do it. The video stuff is going to be released on YouTube and then on Spotify a week later. So, a little bit about today's episode. We have Taylor Hunnicutt on the show. When I vividly remember when Alabama Sound came out, it was all the rage, right? And it still should be and still is, I think. And we talk about that a little bit in this episode, but we were flabbergasted by this record when it first came out. And I wanted Taylor on the show then, but she was, on a different level. And we weren't there. I'll tell you that. This podcast was not there at that time. But you know what? We're there now, fucker. And now we have Taylor on the show, and we are super, super excited for that. Excuse my language. This is not a family show all the time. And this conversation is not, I'll tell you right now, if you have kids and they're listening to this, just skip it. Because we get into some stuff, we say some shit, we have a good time. So, what else? There's not much else to say. I want to say a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The DCU Center, Off the Rails, 10th Mountain Whiskey, LH Coffee, who else? The Bar Book, Whiskey Grail, everybody. A couple of things are going forward. We have an opportunity in Nashville the first weekend of December 8th. We are going to co-headline a writer's round. If you or your company or whatever would like to give us a hand to get us down there, I know it sounds desperate. It's not. We'll throw your logos or whatever you want on a backdrop, and we'll do pictures, the whole 9 yards. Reach out to us. We would love to partner with you to help us get to that point. But without further ado, guys, kick back, relax, enjoy the episode. Taylor Hunnicutt is everything and more you would want in a person. I'm telling you that right now. Like, this is, in the 3 years of doing this, probably top 5 conversations I've ever had. And I mean that with everything in my being. This is exactly what I want this show to be and always strive for this show to be. So, Taylor, thank you for being here. Thank you for being on, and I hope you enjoy the episode. Sit back, relax. Taylor Hunnicutt. Cheers, guys. I'm excited you're here.
Me too.
So, you don't know this, but I have shamelessly been trying to get you on this show for like a year.
For real?
Yeah.
What's been the holdup? Have you called me and I haven't answered?
Well, your career is fucking going out of control.
It feels crazy.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Like, you must be living on a different dimension.
I think it's just like sheer exhaustion and I'm not even like doing as much as like the big people are. Like, I can't even imagine all that shit, but like just being like jerked around in a fucking RV all day with a bunch of boys and like not showering and like not knowing when I'm waking up. I'm like in a Love's and I'm like scrambling to go in to piss at 2:00 in the morning. Like my life is pretty insane. It's pretty crazy.
Well, so bring me back a little bit because, and I'm talking way out of turn, but it feels like, and I'm sure it feels like for you, like maybe not because you've been working your ass off, but like it was like one day you weren't here, and then the next day it was like, hey, this girl has this album coming out, and it's going to be the biggest thing ever.
Shit, I wish it did. It's been pretty crazy. I guess it's been like the last 2 years where things have just really amped up, and then we've been on the road. And it really started from like Muscadine Bloodline taking us out for the first time, and us getting like a real shot at like a support slot. And then ever since then, it's just been like, all right, are we doing this? Are we doing this? Okay, I guess we're doing this. And now we're gone all the time.
Right, right, right. Because I listen to your stuff, and it's like every incredible female artist in the history of the world has and you had came together and had a baby, and you're the baby.
I'm the baby.
You're the baby.
Hell yeah. Which is odd, honestly, because I kind of don't I don't obviously like I respect female artists, and I love a lot of them, and they have shaped me, but like the people that I listen to mainly and the people that I like try to pull from are mainly all male, which is really weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Like who?
Like I mean, obviously, like I'm ripping off Stapleton or trying to at least, and I
Well,
love Stillwoods, and I love Whitey, and I love Blackberry Smoke and Skinner, like Ronnie's singing style, and I mean, Bad Company. Paul Rogers is probably like the top like vocal influence I have. I don't know if you can tell when you go back and listen to it, but like the early
yeah, a little
free
bit.
stuff, like I'm just like constantly trying to steal that shit.
Yeah.
But like that early Southern rock, even like the 70s classic rock now, that's kind of what I've always tried to do, And obviously, like, I love Loretta Lynn and I love some female aspects of it, but I don't know. It's weird. I mean, obviously, I love Stevie Nicks, if you can't tell, but
Yeah. Everybody loves Stevie Nicks.
yeah, if you don't, get the fuck out. You're lying.
Well, you want to hear something? Can I tell you something really fucked up?
Yes.
So I get mad. People get mad at me, like mad at me, when I say that I think Fleetwood Mac is one of the most overrated bands of all time. I know.
So I did like a big like it's not like a tribute thing, but we took like classic rock albums and played them note for note. And like, so you drop the pin or you drop the thing on the record and it's played like that in these theaters to like 3,000 people. And I did all of the Stevie Nicks shit for
Nice.
for like 6 years. And I did the Tom Petty stuff and I did other things, but I have I have a soft spot for Fleetwood Mac, but like, I do like Fleetwood Mac before the girls joined the band too. So like,
Okay.
I think Stevie was just a magical person, and Lindsay was also incredible, and Christine was incredible. But yeah, I think I think it's been taken over by like the girls with crystals. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
And it's funny. I love that you mentioned that because it's like, I love, we could talk about Taylor Swift for a second. Um, you know, and I love Taylor. I have a soft spot for T Swift, like
Yeah,
wicked bad. And everybody like talks about how, oh, she's written all these songs about these guys. Yeah, but you know what? Those guys weren't in the fucking band with her.
yeah. She wasn't screwing all of them.
You
They
know
were
what I
just,
mean? Right. Right.
you know.
So, for you, when you were growing up, was that like your influence, all that stuff? Or was that stuff you got into as you got older?
I mean, the classic rock stuff was always playing around the house. The weirdest thing, and like when people ask me this question, they're like, "Oh, your family must be musical, or you must have grown up in a house that was like." My mom was obsessed with like John Michael Montgomery and James Taylor, and like
Yeah.
easy listening, but also '90s country. And then my stepdad was like straight up like Poison, Motley Crue, Rat. I mean, like Twisted Sister, like this weird, like 80s hair rock.
That's awesome.
So I get this weird, I don't know, somewhere in that, I think I was like 10 and I found Journey and I was like, this is the best band ever. And then I went through all these phases of like finding Zeppelin and finding, the Dead even, and like all these weird little pockets of my life. And
Yeah.
somehow that led me to like outlaw country and just straight up Southern rock. And
Right.
I've kind of stayed there.
Yeah. I mean, you can hear all of that in your music. It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear somebody that, you know, I hate I hate making this show like about gender and all that shit, but like there's not enough women in this genre that one sound like you do, and two like are even there.
Yeah, I guess that's my whole, like, it's become my whole purpose, kinda, is I want more females and more girls to, like, and it's happened before, and they come up to see me at shows and shit, and then they're like, you're, like, so real, and you don't give a shit that you're,
Yeah,
you're sweaty and you're throwing your hat off and that your hair doesn't look good, and you're like, you're just really sending it. And I'm like, yeah, like, it's fun. That's rock and roll. Like, you don't have to be choreographed. You don't have to care that your mascara is running down your face. Like, people want something real. I want something real. I want to see
yeah,
somebody portray that. And that's kind of what I hope to see more of. There are some women out there that are kicking ass and don't give a shit. And they look
yeah,
fabulous while doing it, but it's not like, here's my excuse to wear this outfit and do this little shimmy dance thing. Like,
right,
it's more of just like, it's okay to be like raw, real, and dirty,
yeah,
even if you
absolutely.
are still concerned about being pretty. But like, I don't give a
You
shit. I like throw my
you
hat
know,
off and I'm
and it's
sweating.
right, and it's funny you say that because like the first two women that come to mind, are Lainey and Ashley McBride, right?
Yeah,
Like, if you go back and listen to their early stuff, like it's the same way. Like they didn't give a shit either.
yeah.
And then, the machine got to them and they had to tone it down a little bit.
I
Um,
feel like Ashley's still like,
yeah, well,
fuck you.
I think that's why she's not as, quote unquote big as she could be because
Yeah.
she still doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, and I just don't think it's outlaw at all to give a fuck. Like, you do exactly
Right,
what you want to do when you want to do it, and you make music for the people that like that. And that's, I mean, like, I'm never gonna be the prettiest girl in the room. I'm never gonna be the thinnest girl in the room. I'm never gonna be the most talented girl in the room. But I'm gonna be a good fucking time, and you're
right.
gonna have fun. Like,
And that's all that matters.
and that's all like I care about.
We want to give a big thank you to our friends over at Off the Rails here in Worcester, Massachusetts. You can find them at offtherailsworcester.com. They have a great restaurant, a great music venue. They have everything you would want to feel like in Nashville right here in Central Mass. If you're ever in the area, check out the restaurant, check out the music venue. Again, offtherailsworcester.com, 90 Commercial Street, Worcester. Check them out. Right. And that's all you should care about. So when you started playing or like really started to realize that, oh shit, I got something here, like how long ago was that?
Yesterday,
Yeah.
no,
Yesterday.
I don't know. Like, I kind of got hooked on it, and like I did like this weird, like, I played in blues bands and shit, and like I did like the cover band thing, and then I was playing with a bunch of like guys that were way older than me, and I was barely able to be in the bar, but I was still showing up and doing it, and I just like,
Well, I
once I
mean, that
started,
could have been yesterday. You're like what, 15?
shit, I wish I'm double that, baby. I'm
Nah, stop it.
I'm getting up there. I feel like my knees feel like I'm getting up there. Get off that damn table. Get off that damn table.
Kill
Sorry.
it. Shoot it.
Just shoot it.
Shoot it.
um, I don't know. I feel like it was really when I started writing songs, and then I got really lucky. And my first like real show was a festival, and Chris Stapleton was the headliner, and I was at the very bottom of the poster. And that's when I was like, I'm gonna try to do that. I want to do that. And so I've just been trying to get out of Alabama and go everywhere, and And now it's just like if I'm home for a couple of days, I start losing my mind.
Yeah. Now, I would talk to somebody not too long ago, that you know. Um, we talked to Adam Hood,
Oh,
and we were talking about Alabama and how there's not, you have to get the fuck out if you want to be successful.
it's unfortunate because there's so much good shit coming out of Alabama right now and so many
Right.
amazing bands. I mean, think about the Strays, think about Muscadine, even like Ella and Riley and everybody. And it's just it's it's kind of weird that people in Alabama don't they want to play hear the songs that they know and that's it.
Yeah.
Like if they can't get rowdy and drink to it, and they're like, "Oh, we're not going to sit here and listen to this the sad slow song. Fuck this, play Hank Jr." And
Right.
which sometimes I will like,
Right.
but it is. I mean, like that song that Adam just put out. It ain't easy, paying bills or trying to pay bills in Alabama. Like,
Right.
um, it's true for all of us. We all had to start going to like Oklahoma or Texas or um, the East Coast, like trying to make a name for ourselves. And I mean, it worked for us, like it's weird. We barely play here,
Yeah.
even though I love it and I rep it hard,
Right.
hoping that it'll change one day. But I don't know. I don't know why it's like that. It's kind of like that all through here, like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. And then you get to Florida and then they love it. And then you go
Yeah.
up and then they love it. But it's just weird, this little area. They're just kind of like, eh.
Well, that's kind of how it is up here. I know we're up in the quasi Boston area, and I know you were just here not too long ago this year with who the fuck were you with? Whitey Morgan?
Yeah.
And I mean, you could even probably see it there where, you know, guys like him, girls like you, it's starting to get there up here. Like the Strays, they'll be here in a couple weeks and they're sold out.
It's amazing. And it's
You know,
amazing to see that from like people that have been friends of mine for so long.
right?
Um, and, but then, it's also like the struggle. Are those people coming because they saw them on TikTok, or those people coming because they've listened to their whole catalog and they love that shit?
Right.
And I feel like majority of it is the latter. But I don't know. Like I feel like people are slowly turning away from like what's pushed into their fucking mouths. Like you have to
Yeah.
listen to this. This is what's on the radio, and this is all you know about. And with like things like Spotify and Apple and all the playlists that are curated, and even TikTok, I think that's one of the only positives about it. You do get the opportunity to find people that you actually really like that don't fit really anywhere or into that radio. And so I
Yeah.
feel like people are starting to like search for that shit.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree 100%. 100%. Because it's like even like Co Wetzel was just up here,
Yeah.
right? You don't hear a Co Wetzel song on the radio up here. Sold out. You don't hear Red Clay Strays on the radio up here, even though they're up for a CMA.
Yeah.
Sold out.
That's
You
sick.
know, even earlier this year, I saw Tanner Usray, and he played in the same room you did, and it was his show, and like I personally loved it because I love Tanner,
So good.
and there might have been 200 people in the room, might have been.
That's a damn shame.
It is a damn shame.
Tanner's a rock
Because
star, dude.
I stood in that crowd and I cried like a baby for the 90 minutes he was on stage because it was just, you know, every song, is like, dude, fuck you.
Yeah. That's what
you
every
know?
single time we've opened for him, I just stand side stage. I'm like, fuck you, Tanner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you this
Like
good?
that. And that's a kid that, he should be bigger than what he is.
Yeah.
And he's already made a name for himself.
Yeah, but he's also one of those people that people are going to tell him what to do, and he's going to be like, kick rocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how the game
Absolutely.
works. It's like,
Yeah.
I have a problem with authority, which is kind of why I chose this job. And I think a lot of us do. And a lot of us are like weird and grew up people being like, oh, they're never going to do anything. So I think Tanner's one of those too, that he's just like, meh. You know, if you don't do everything they say, then you're not going to get all the opportunities, which is okay.
Yep.
You know?
Because you know what? I remember when, like it was so long ago, but when you had announced that Alabama Sound was coming out, you know, and like for what I do and all this stuff, like there was a lot of like buzz, right? And you know what? This sounds bad, but you know when like you hear about an artist that is making some noise and then they come out with an album and everybody's like buzzing about it and then it sucks.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
my
like
biggest fear.
that's not what happened with this. You know, and it I grew up in a house where it was classic rock, the blues, you know, that sort of thing. And that's exactly what this album is.
Thanks. That's what
You're
I was
welcome.
going for. I didn't want it to be anything but what we were trying to do and what we sounded
Yeah.
like live. That's all I wanted it to be. And we didn't put any money behind Spotify. We didn't put money behind any like advertisement or PR or none of that shit because we didn't have it. And we,
I
you
was just
know,
gonna say,
like,
was it because
you know, maybe if we had it, we probably would have thrown some money. Probably not. But I mean, we didn't have that. And I think people that had been seeing us grind it out for years that were bringing their friends to shows, that then their friends started bringing their friends to shows. Like, I think those are the people that really enjoyed that record because they could remember the first time I played it. You know, they were probably at the show and it was a brand new song, you know,
right?
or something like that. And it is so far fetched from a lot of what is being shoved down your throat. So I feel like it encapsulates what we are, and then we have another one coming out in 11 days. That's kind of the same thing. You know, it's just who we are collectively as a band and the songs that
Right.
we write. We don't know what the hell it is. It's Alabama, I guess. It's Alabama music.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever it is, it's working.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't get booed a
Now,
lot.
now, did you say you get booed a lot?
No, I don't. Not as much as I used
Oh,
to.
I was gonna say
I
that
still
those
get
people.
booed sometimes, but not all
No,
the time. So that's good.
I mean, we all get booed. Shit, I get booed at home.
That's mean.
No, I mean,
It's okay. It's okay.
whatever. Um, so the guys that are in your band, are they all original members?
No, I've had a good bit of turnover just because like the way we've been traveling and doing things for the past like 3 years is
Yeah.
it's pretty fucking rough. Like
Yeah.
there's been times that we probably should have died and we didn't, and it's not meant for everybody, and that's not personal. But the guys we have now, you know, sometimes as soon as I say this, somebody's like, I can't do this anymore. But I really feel like this is like it. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's committed. We're all just the right kind of crazy. We all really want it and are willing to sacrifice for it. And it's just getting better every day. So, yeah, I think this group is the group.
Now, let me ask you, and this is something, you know, I'm starting to get a little more personal with my guests because I feel like, whatever, you don't know unless you ask, right?
Yeah.
Um, with the kind of grind that you have, right? I mean, you're the face, right?
Yeah, I
The other
guess.
guys, they can come and go as they please. Like, oh, this isn't working out for my lifestyle. I'm out of here, right?
Yeah.
But like for you, like what's that like for you? Like you can't just stop being Taylor tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'm pretty lucky that I am like, I don't have to like try to be something I'm not. This is exactly who I am all the time. And it just is, it's my passion and it's my career and it's what I chose to do. And I don't think I'll ever feel complete if I don't do
Okay.
that. So, like, I'm very transparent. I'm overly honest. I'm boisterous. I get myself into trouble a lot and I get the boys in trouble a lot. They get themselves in trouble a lot and, for being that way. But we also make some of the best friends in the world out on the road. So
Absolutely.
it's cool. Some days I don't want to answer a phone call or I don't want to, make an Instagram post or do the shit, but
Yeah.
I'm quickly reminded in here that like you wanted this, and this is
Right.
your whole purpose in life. So I'm happy to do it.
Now, you had mentioned earlier about, when you're home for a couple of days, you start getting antsy. But do you ever miss home?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like 3 weeks into a run, I'm like, oh shit, like because I have a bunch of weird pets and shit. So I like, I'm like, oh,
What do
I
you
miss
mean
Randy.
weird pets?
Yeah, I got like snakes and lizards and shit.
Oh, okay. Why
I,
does that not surprise me?
I'm a weirdo, dude.
No, I mean, you're not a weirdo. It's just
I'm a
like it
snake
doesn't
lady.
surprise me. You're
Um,
not weird. You're eclectic, Taylor.
that's right. That's right. Thank you. I'll take
You're
that.
welcome.
I
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll be like, damn, I'm missing Randy, my 6 foot snake.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I
Who
love him.
takes care? Who takes care of this zoo while you're gone?
I have the animal control lady for my small town in Alabama, and we're buddies. And she lives 1 block away from me.
I mean,
And
you would
so
have to be with what you've got going on.
that's the craziest shit though, because I have another dog. I have a road dog that I take with me, and I have another dog here and 2 cats and a shit ton of reptiles and fish. And it's funny, like she's the animal control lady, and has been doing this for like a year and a half. And she called me the other day. She was like, Ramona's out, and Ramona's like a little corn snake, albino. She's pink, and she's like, she's out. And I was like, just pick her up. She's like, I'm scared of snakes. I was like, you've been working here for like a year and a half.
And
Like,
you're the animal control person. You're afraid of snakes.
yeah. And then so she was like so embarrassed. My mom had to come get the snake and like pick it up and put it back. That she was like, she like did a training the next day. She sent me, or the next week, and like sent me a picture of her like holding a rattlesnake. And I was like, okay, if you can hold a rattlesnake, you can pick Ramona up off the ground. Like,
Right.
you're fine. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's been clutch because and my husband has a fucking scorpion, dude. Like, we got weird stuff. Like,
Damn.
if we had a lot
So
of
okay.
money,
So I didn't want to ask, right? Because it's impolite, right? But how is that? How is that being, married and on the road all the time? Like, does he go with you? Does he stay home and say "fuck you, good luck"? Or like,
I'm sure he'd want to, but he plays guitar in my band, so I'd be kind of screwed.
well, I mean, I guess that makes it easier.
I mean, he's the whole driving force of this whole thing. I would not be doing any of this shit if it wasn't for him. Like, I can't remember where I put my vape 30 seconds ago. Like he orchestrates everything. He drives. He's the band leader. Some days we want to fist fight. We don't. No domestic violence. But
No.
sometimes I'm like, and then the other days I'm like, I'm the luckiest person in the world that I get to be with my best friend and the love of my life on the road. It's a balance. You have to learn. And the guys are all like, they've been with this long enough, and they're like, "Mom, Dad, please stop fighting," or if they're
Uh,
like kissing each other, like, "Ugh, like that's gross." Like, it's very much a weird family dynamic, so it works out for
yeah.
us.
So he's not quitting the band anytime soon.
No, we can't until we
Yeah,
get a blood oath.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Well, that's awesome. I love that. That's so like if you haven't noticed, like I don't do a lot of research into my guests about their shit
yeah,
because like I want the conversation to be authentic, right?
I love it.
Like if I knew that, like I'd be like, so your husband's your guitar, like the fuck, who cares? Not who cares, but like
Who cares?
nobody wants to hear that line of questioning.
I get those questions a lot. So this being organic and like we're just sitting at a bar drinking whiskey, I like that 1,000
Yeah,
times.
man. Like, um, I've been super fortunate with getting the guests I've been able to get over the
Yeah.
last few weeks, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I called in. I didn't call in. I was offered the help, and like getting Adam, there's a few other people that are going to be coming that I
Hmm.
don't want to divulge out loud yet.
Okay.
Um, but it's like it's like I have to pinch myself because like I started this just to fucking you know do something,
That's
and
cool.
then yeah, and then here it is. I'm going to be I get to talk to you. I get it's like shit. If I can't be a musician, I guess this is the closest, the best, the next best thing.
this is the most important part of this whole equation. You have the performers and you have the people that book the things and the managers and stuff, and then the people and the fans. But like the people that are trying to like raise awareness and get the word out and are putting effort into things like what you're doing, that's that's the only way we get to go play the shows. That's the only
Yeah.
way that people know to come to the shows. That's the only way this whole cycle works. So thank you for doing this because it's
Hey,
super important to this whole entire industry.
I mean, you're the first interview we do since, being getting our first award over the weekend.
You got an award?
Yeah. Yeah, we were nominated for the NIMA out of Nashville,
Yeah.
and we were nominated for like podcast of the year and best media outlet,
Holy shit.
and we got best media outlet.
It's badass, dude.
I'm like, I don't know who the fuck voted, but
Well, I would have if I'd known about it. I was probably just looking at recipes on TikTok, but
it's fine. You just followed me on Instagram like yesterday, so it's fine.
sorry.
It's fine. You're forgiven, but it's
Now I'm gonna
fine.
post on everything that you ever
Oh
post.
my god, I will literally
I'm
shit
I'm gonna
directly into my
spam
tweets.
it constantly.
Be like, great job, Jim. Great job, Jim. every. Hey guys, just wanted to remind you of our friends over at the DCU Center here in beautiful downtown Worcester, Massachusetts. The DCU Center has everything. We've seen shows there. We've seen other different forms of entertainment there. They have hockey. They have all kinds of cool stuff. If you're in the Central Mass area, it is the place to go. Check them out. I can't say anything better about these guys. They've been a huge fan of ours. We're a huge fan of theirs. So thank you so much to the DCU Center for everything. Check them out. DCU Center, Worcester, Massachusetts. Cheers. Week until this episode comes out, you're going to be like, this isn't my episode. This isn't my
Yeah.
episode. This isn't my episode.
Boo. I'll start booing you.
I'm sure you wouldn't be the first, and you definitely won't be the last.
No, dude, I won't boo you. I promise.
Oh man. So who would, like I said, I like to talk to my guests like they're my friends. So like what do you do for fun other than be a fucking reptile wrangler and
I mean, that rearrange my house like a crazy person.
oh, so you have ADHD too.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
bad.
It's
And
bad.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I've like developed a weird OCD thing since I've been gone. Like, take pictures of every room in my house before I leave, and have to have everything perfectly put away in case another band comes through and needs to stay at my house. In my head, I'm like, somebody's gonna call me and need to sleep here, and I'm like, so everything has to be put away like an Airbnb. It drives my whole band crazy.
That's awesome.
I don't know. Like I don't really. If I had free time, I love to hang out with my family. I love to go hang out with my friends. Obviously, it's generic answers, but mainly when I'm home, I just like smoke a joint and walk around in my backyard barefoot
Nice.
in circles, and I don't
That's
know,
awesome.
and worry if I'm ever gonna make any money. I don't know.
Dude, you're like a hippie. You're a hippie chick at heart, huh?
I, dude, like I said, I had a heavy like little look phase for a while.
I was gonna say
Wrong phases.
there's no, you can't even deny it. You can't even try to deny it.
I think it's just like that redneck. I think it's like redneck hippie, which is the worst. But I've
You know what?
definitely got that.
I mean this with no disrespect, but that sounds like it smells bad.
It does. It smells terrible. You should see my feet right now. I haven't worn shoes in 48 hours.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I'm walking around outside.
Hey, whatever.
Whatever.
Whatever. No big
Yeah,
deal.
no, I mean, I bathe sometimes,
At least you do it sometimes.
but I do own patchouli, so
Oh, of course you do. Oh my
not
god.
like the stinky patchouli. It's like mild, but it's like tasteful. But there's no such thing.
Weird. So when I was growing up, my parents had this. They still do. I mean, when you're friends, you never not be friends. You just life happens, right?
Yeah,
And they have this friend, and he used to follow the dead everywhere,
yeah,
right? And huge hippie, and like that's when I was growing up. He was dating this girl, and they never got married, but they had been together forever, right? and she was like that like hippie kind of chick, right? And they have such a distinct aroma. We'll say aroma,
Yeah.
especially up here in like New England, because it's like, the hippies up here, like, it's Vermont, it's, fish, it's the dead,
I
it's,
can't get down
it's like,
fish. I don't like fish.
I don't either.
It's
I
too out
think,
there.
yeah, yeah. Like, what was it? Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year when, Willie does his Outlaw Music Festival every year.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like last year was like the year of the jam bands. It was like Bob Weir was on it, and like the string cheese incident, and it's like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, I like played and sang and dated the guys that did the fucking weird prog rock shit and the keyboard things and I do have like a part of me that I mean I've got a Grateful Dead tattoo. I mean I love some of that, but I definitely kind of pulled more into like Allman Brothers, and then we're getting out
Yeah.
of the jam and we're getting more into like structured,
Well, what
shit.
I'm
But
saying,
like,
well, I guess what I'm saying is like, I don't think outlaw country music and then Bob Weir and string cheese incident. I don't.
if you think of like, like Working Man's Dead, like that record, it's got pedal steel and it sounds country all the fuck over it. Like,
Are you
I
trying to
think there's
justify my
a
crazy?
little bit. I'm getting a little defensive. I'm just
It's
kidding.
it's not gonna it's not gonna work.
No, I don't get string cheese at all. That seems weird.
Yeah,
And Bobby's a little out there now,
yeah.
so I get what you're saying for sure.
But even like this year, it was Dylan, it was Alison Krauss and Robert Plant, which great. Don't get me wrong, right?
Yeah,
But not outlaw country.
yeah. But like, what is outlaw
I mean, outlaw country now, or like,
now?
we can't dig up Waylon, so
Right. And
or
R.P.
Merle.
Chris and but like, what is it now? I mean, you think
Now,
Cody, you think Whitey.
yeah. I mean, even I, as much as I would hate to say this, and I think I'll probably get chastised for this, but I would even put like Coe in there.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Um, a lot of it.
It's a hard question. It's
It
hard
is
to
a
like
hard
put
question.
things in a box and like
Yeah.
label it as such, you know?
Like I'm a big, and I know you. I'm sure you know who these guys are, but I'm a huge Shane Smith and the Saints fan.
Yeah, they're amazing. Yes.
And like I've talked to Shane every year when they come up here, and even Shane hates. I shouldn't say hates, but he wouldn't consider themselves a country band.
I think they get lumped in because it's
Yeah.
he's playing an acoustic guitar. I mean that for some
Right.
reason people are just like, oh.
Right. And then he's got Bennett on the fiddle. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just
but even like Whiskey Myers, I love Whiskey Myers,
I
but
feel like that's more
they're not
southern
a
rock.
country band.
Yeah, I feel like it's rock.
Right. Right.
Because
So
all these, that's why we just call ourselves outlaw country southern rock, or we're just like at the end of the day, it's Alabama music because there's a little bit of everything. Because it's like
right.
once you put a label on it, there's all these weird branch offs of shit, and then you don't get picked for things. Like we'll go out and open for Whitey, which is just like straight up outlaw
Yeah.
country, and it rules, and it's heavy, and it's hard, and it's badass. And then we can go out with and we've like opened for Daniel Donato and shit, and then we've opened for like. I mean, I don't know. We've opened for a lot of bands that like are not technically country at all, and even like them Dirty Roses, like they're straight up southern rock, but get labeled as country too. So once you put a label on yourself, then you're doing yourself a disservice from being able to tap into all these different markets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm mad at them Dirty Roses. Actually, I'm mad
Wow.
at me. I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at me.
What happened?
So we had them Dirty Roses lined up to
Yeah.
be on the show. And they were gonna be our first like holy shit.
Yeah.
For me, holy shit.
Yeah.
We've had Langko on the show. We've had some big names, right?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Um And then I dropped the ball and totally forgot that I had scheduled them. And I was working, and I was like, oh shit. So I was like, let's reschedule it for the next week. Because they had like a release coming out. And I had gotten super sick.
Oh no.
Like death sick. And I had to cancel. So their publicist, I shouldn't have rolled my eyes on camera. I
I
forgot we
didn't
were
see
doing
it. I
video.
didn't see.
I
I didn't
forgot
see
we were doing
shit.
video.
I didn't see
Um,
shit.
I was like, hey, I'm feeling better. Can we reschedule this? And they were like, well, they're not pushing anything. I was like, that's not what this show is. It's not,
Yeah.
I'm not here to push your fucking album or your
Right.
songs. Like, I'm here to shoot the shit.
Right.
Like, I had, like, you know, you're not on here because you have an album coming up.
Yeah.
You're on here because my friend got in touch with your people and was like, hey,
We used to be friends.
right. Now
Yeah.
we're friends.
Now I'm coming to Christmas. You're
Oh
screwed.
God.
I'll
I
bring a
would
casserole.
I would say fuck my family and have you guys come on up.
I'm hanging out with your family, dude.
No, you don't want to do that. Oh my God, my dad's gonna listen to this and be like, what the fuck?
She's invited to Christmas. That'd be awesome.
Speaking of Christmas, when are you guys coming back up this way? I know you were
Yeah.
just here, but
I don't even know, dude. Like that was kind of our first time being in that area, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where we're playing this weekend though, so that's not really the best.
this weekend I think you're in Baton Rouge,
I
Louisiana.
am. Look at you. I'm in Baton Rouge. Yes.
And then you're going and then next weekend you're in the best fucking festival on face of the earth,
Which one,
Peacemaker.
dude? I love Trent, and I love the whole crew. I love those people, and I
Trent,
instantly was like, I'm coming to Christmas. Like it was just like that. We're
Trent,
family kind of thing.
I was so mad. Last year Trent invited us out to go to Peacemaker, and trying to get from here to Arkansas is tough.
Yeah.
Um and I just, he was like, "Listen, I will pay for everything's on us except for your flight." But there was a lot of things going on at the time,
Yeah.
and I couldn't. The flight itself was like, just for me one way was like $400.
No. Mm-mm.
Right. So I was like, I
I
can't,
like that.
I can't make it. I'm so sorry. Like, I want to be there. Just couldn't swing it. And
Yeah, it was so hot, dude. It was like
that's what I hear.
we thought we were gonna die. It was so hot.
And then, and then, Trent and I had talked a bunch. I've asked him to come on the show, and I'm probably shaming him now, and I'm not trying to. Um, but like, I would love for Trent to come on, and I would love to, now that if they're gonna do Peacemaker in the fall, that sounds more my jam.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would kill to see that lineup.
It's gonna be so fun and so good. And
Yeah.
the way they run it is done so well. And they take care of the artists. Like all of us are just kind of like getting hammered and
Yeah.
like becoming. That's where I became friends with Tanner. And like, man, it's just a good time. Yeah, we're doing that, and then we're going to North Springs, which is
Yep.
another one, and that one's going to be killer. Like that weekend's going to be. I may hurt myself.
You might. You might,
Because I'm
'cause
going to
that's
be
a
with
ride.
Tanner, and then I'm going to be with Roses the next day. Like I'm definitely going to do some damage.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a ride, though. Isn't that a ride from Fort Smith to, what is it, Whitleyville, Tennessee?
I don't drive.
I know, but
I mean, I drive, but I'm not going to be driving the RV or the Sprinter,
I get
whatever
you.
we're in.
I get you.
So I just sleep. I'm like, so it's not
Yeah.
bad for me.
Yeah.
Like, Josh, my husband, on the other hand,
Like, fuck him. Who
yeah, fuck
cares?
that guy. Fuck that guy.
Right.
Well, can I have another glass of wine though, for real, honey? He's in there listening. For real,
He's
though.
like, no. He's like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. He had to
Fucking
go get
Taylor.
Burger King because I messed up the pot roast. So he's definitely going to boo me tonight.
Uh,
I don't know how I messed up the pot roast. I went to culinary school. Like, I'm not an idiot.
did you?
I did.
Well, like for a specific, like, I don't know how that works. Because, like, so I guess my soon-to-be ex-wife, she went to Le Cordon Bleu for baking or whatever.
Yeah, like pastry. Like, I can't do
Yeah.
that shit. Too many rules.
Okay.
Again, problem with rules and authority. I wanted to be a butcher, which is weird because I have so many animals and stuff, but like I loved like breaking down meats and things like that. But then I got like through culinary school and then they brought in a whole rabbit and I like cried and shit. So it was too much. But
So
fish, fuck a
you
fish.
could
I can
butcher a
cook it.
cow, but the rabbit
I'm
that was
not
really
killing
true.
the cow. When I get it in, I can break down the leg and the shit, but like I'm not
Okay.
looking at it like,
Do you ever do you ever watch those TikTok videos?
which ones?
There's a guy on there. He's a butcher, and he like breaks it down, and
Yeah,
it's like so fascinating.
yeah. I mean, like I
Like,
can break down the whole chicken in probably like 3 minutes. I could.
well, I mean, everybody can do that.
Really? My
I
husband
don't
couldn't do
know.
that shit.
I
Nobody
don't
I
know.
know could do that shit. My mama couldn't
Uh,
do that shit. Sorry, mama. I mean, just completely break it down.
no, I couldn't. Well,
It's
it's
kind
kind
of
of like
gross.
Gordon Ramsay does one where he does that, where it's like he'll take the like, whole thing and like just like it's down to like nothing by the time he's done with it.
Sorry.
What the hell are you doing?
I was trying to open the bottle.
Oh, well,
um,
it's kind of like people that are watching this, right? I keep wiping my nose like I'm doing coke, but
he's jacked.
could you imagine? I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it.
I couldn't either. I'm retired
So
from that shit.
what kind of wine are you drinking?
Red.
Awesome. I'm
it's
glad I'm glad we had that conversation.
it's Josh. Josh sponsored me.
Did he?
No, I wish. No, it's like a middle of the shelf Walmart selection.
You guys have alcohol in your WalMarts? Oh, of course you do.
We
You're
have
fucking
wine,
Alabama.
but then now I'm drinking old fashioned and this. You got to balance. Your life's about balance.
That's right.
What day is
What do
it?
you put? What do you put in your old fashioned?
My husband's been doing. He's been making his own honey simple syrup from local honey, and then we have like these Woodford walnut bitters.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm drinking Weller right now. He let me have some of his Weller. He's been really nice today, and I fucked up the
Wow.
profits, you know. But yeah, I'm an equal opportunist drinker as long as it's not Jaeger. I don't like that shit.
Yeah. Jaeger's gross.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh. What do you say?
Jaeger rules.
I mean, yeah. It was I'll never forget there was one night I have a buddy of mine that when we were younger, he loved Jaeger.
Ugh.
Loved it. And we were at a party and he drank a whole bottle to himself. We honest to God thought he was going to die.
Did he shit his pants?
No, he puked everywhere.
It was good because if he would have kept it down, he was gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That shit.
Yep.
It's too sweet. It's syrupy. I like break out in full hives. Like wine, a little bit of hives. Tequila, little bit of hives.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I
You're
probably
probably
should.
allergic to alcohol, Taylor.
What is my life? I would be so. No, I wouldn't be boring. I would. I'd be bored if I couldn't drink. I love to drink. Unfortunately,
I mean,
I don't do all the bad shit anymore. I just drink, and I don't drink like every day excessively. But I love a good
I love how you
cocktail.
say I don't do the bad shit anymore.
I don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah, not the bad shit.
Yeah, pat
Unless
yourself.
it's
There
my
you go.
birthday. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You know, so I have recently found out, and this is like I shouldn't even be telling this on a podcast, let
Yes, you
alone
should.
anywhere else. But I recently found out when I was like 18, 19, I did crack.
How did you not know?
Um, because my friends are assholes. I don't know.
They're like, here, try this. And you're like, oh, what is this?
So it was New Year's Eve. We were having a party, and one of the rooms in this apartment, everybody was sitting around singing songs, passing around joints, and one of them was laced in coke, and I had no
Oh,
idea.
well, I mean, I've done that, you know.
And then I just, because I'm, so naive, apparently, when it comes to drugs, I was telling somebody this story and they were like, "You've done crack." And I'm like, "Shut no, I didn't." And they're like,
Kinda.
"No, that's exactly what that is." Right, exactly. And I was like, so like I literally like I had had a few drinks in me, right? And this kid's house that I was at, my parents know him as well. And I get on the phone and I'm like, "I did crack with Jesse." And my mom was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Thank you for informing me.
Right, right. And she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm great. I'm great. We're just, I was day drinking and it happens.
I mean, crack happens. Yeah.
Crack happens."
Crack does, it does happen. I've done a lot of things not knowing what I was doing and then found out 3 days later when I hadn't slept. So that's how I know I don't like it.
Well, like for me, my drug tolerance is like, forget about it. Like I have none.
Yeah.
Like I had surgery once and they gave me, I don't even know, oxy or
Yeah.
something. And like I took one and I was like, pooh, like the
Pills are bad.
shakes and yeah,
Pills,
yeah.
just stay away from that shit. Just smoke grass, drink
Yep.
some bourbon,
Yep.
maybe some wine, you know.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yep.
That's how I feel.
So do you have a favorite bourbon, whiskey, rye, etc.?
I don't love rye as much unless it's in a cocktail, but I mean honestly, like we've got like the Eagle Rare and the Blantons and things, but that Green Label Weller is probably my favorite.
Yeah. All right.
If I have the money for it, but like also this is the bitch that gets the plastic bottle of Jim Beam. So, like I said, equal opportunist.
All right.
As long as it's not Jack Daniels. I can't do Jack anymore, man.
No?
Yeah, I just can't do it. It's
Hey everyone, as always, I wanted to just tell you about our friends over at The Bar Book. The Bar Book is a mobile app designed to eliminate the guesswork when looking for a great drink and introduce users to new brands that have the flavors they love, regardless of price or name recognition. How badass is that, guys? In the same way music sharing apps introduce you to new songs, the Bar Book will give you personalized drink recommendations based on the flavors you love. That's freaking cool. The Bar Book is a veteran-owned brand founded by 2 U.S. Army veterans, Mike and Dolly, and they have a lot going on with this cool new app, guys. Check it out. We had Mike on the show not too long ago. You can check them out at thebarbook.co. You can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all at The Bar Book. Rate your favorite beer, spirits, cocktails, and discover new ones that match your flavor profile, all on The Bar Book. Go download it. Love having these guys as friends. Check it out. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
too,
I love Jack, but I can't do it either.
yeah, it's just not it ain't my
Yeah.
thing anymore, you know?
I love Tennessee whiskeys,
Yeah.
but theirs is not my favorite.
Yeah. I like Bullet a lot. I'll
I
drink
love Bullet.
Bullet bourbon a lot. Dickel. I will drink Dickel.
Really? I've never had Dickel.
I just did an event and they sponsored me for like a month.
What?
So I drank a lot of Dickelade.
It sounds so bad.
It was okay. It was good.
Huh.
I'm gonna get in so much fucking trouble.
No, come on. You give me a lot of credit. You think people listen to this podcast?
Yeah, dude, you won an award. I ain't won shit.
I won an award because my friends are ruthless. No.
I love it.
I was actually pissed that I didn't get podcast of the year. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Who won?
I
Can we talk
don't
shit?
fucking know. I don't know. Whoever won though, like their Instagram following is nowhere near mine is. So I was a
Yours
little
is
offended.
good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I think it's only good because we fuck around and find out.
I love that. You know, I have a T-shirt that says that.
Do you?
I do.
I need to get one.
I said that in an interview one time. I got with this new merch company, and I was shithoused during the interview from the night before, and
Nice.
they said something, and I said "fuck around and find out," which everyone's said, and it all
Right.
all these people have said about it. I was like "fuck around and find out," and the merch company made this design before they'd met me, and they pulled all these interviews, and it got a bear like a bear on it, and it says "fuck around and find out," and it is the best selling T-shirt that we have.
I need to get that.
I'll send you one.
Well, I also need a sticker for my Jeep
Okay, I'll give it.
because
Do you have those
my
ducks? Are the duck Jeep guy?
so
Oh, you have
listen,
the ducks.
listen. I have an almost 5-year-old that loves it.
Acceptable. This is an acceptable
All
reason.
right. So anytime he goes anywhere and they find ducks, he brings Daddy a duck.
That's cute. Okay, that makes
So,
sense. Why is that a thing? Or can I not know because I don't own a Jeep?
I mean, I guess from what I understand, some lady started giving out rubber ducks at like a show or a Jeep event,
I love that.
and I guess that's how it started.
Okay, I'm now I'm changing my mind on this.
So as a gag, when I first got my Jeep, like, somebody had somebody. All right, fine, fuck it. I bought a Donald Trump duck for my Jeep, and uh, my he's almost 5. By the time this comes out, I think he'll be 5. Um, so I I also my daytime job, a couple of days a week, I work for the Fed, and so I can't have like political anything in my car,
Uh-huh.
or on my car or anything like that. But I have him on my dashboard, and like he's like kind of like hidden behind
Okay.
behind like a sticker. But my 4-year-old found it the other day, and he's like, "Daddy, you have your Donald Trump duck on your Jeep," and I was like, "Yep." He goes, "He looks so cool."
He looks so cool. He's the coolest duck.
Because I have another duck that, like, I think my parents got it for me, and he's like flipping the bird,
Yeah, this is great.
and he my 4-year-old was like, "Daddy, that duck looks like me." It's like, I'm like, yeah,
I love that.
you know,
That duck looks like me. I do
he
that.
does, yeah. But
Okay,
yeah, I
I'm
love him.
changed. I'm converted on the duck now.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Oh, here it is. I'm on your website while I'm talking to you, and I see the shirt we're talking about.
Yes.
That's badass.
Oh no, it's saying I have low data. Let me delete something. Not,
Uh-oh.
not. Can you still see me?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna
No, it's
delete.
all right.
I'm gonna delete Uber Eats because I don't need that, and I'm not
What
gonna
the
delete ESPN because I'll freak out.
what the hell do you have on your phone?
Um, a lot of videos of me twerking. I'm just kidding. I don't have any of that shit. Just
To
kidding.
subscribe to Taylor's OnlyFans, it's $25 a month.
It's like feet finder. I'm just like squishing Jello with my toes, my dirty
Wait,
feet.
I'm sorry. Is that a thing?
Have you not seen this shit?
Well, I have, because I've only known about it because Post Malone was on Theo Vaughn, and they were
Yeah,
talking about
that's how I found you on Feet Finder.
it. Dude, we talked about this.
Crusty Toes 420. Just kidding.
That's
Oh shit!
gross.
Yeah, it's a real thing, dude. If I had pretty feet, I'd be all over it. But
Come
I so
on,
don't.
with the way you walk around with no shoes.
Callus is that thing. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
God,
You wanted to
I get
interview a redneck. You got it.
I
Here
you
you
know
are.
I can see it now where oh
Sorry.
no. Nope, nope, don't be, because this is awesome. This is exactly what this show is supposed to be.
I love it.
But I can like I could hear like the text message I'm gonna get from Nate and be like, we can't put that out there.
No, he
I'll be
knows
like, nope.
better.
I
He
was like, nope, we
he
do
knows.
it.
It's pretty crazy, like being with Nate. Like I don't know how he deals with my crazy shit every day. The same way I don't know how my husband does or my booking agent. Like, but my team is all on board for me being exactly who I am. Like sometimes I have to wrangle it in, and I can do that. But like
Right.
everybody is very supportive of who I am and what I do, and they're all kind of the same way. You know, like
That's awesome.
we all found each other, and we don't mess with the bullshit, and we like to have a good time. And it's been like the biggest like blessing in my life is having Nate and Josh and Jeremy and all my guys. Like it's pretty good. So he won't say anything unless I said something like super incriminating. But you know, feet finder's not that bad.
No. And you know what? I don't I shouldn't say this out loud, but like I get leery of bands that have NDAs anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm gonna say it myself probably.
Right.
Like, you know,
Yep. There's a there's a band out there that I know does things like that. And it's like, why? Like, just be you. Like, you know?
I just can't. It goes back to the first part of this conversation. Like, I can't have like disingenuous people really in my. I don't love that because I can see
No.
straight through that shit. You know, like. And it's even like that in my hometown. I live in my hometown and moved back here, and it's like I know how you grew up. I know what the fuck you were doing in seventh grade. Like I know
Yeah.
you, and I know your
Yeah.
uncle, and I know your mama, and I know your grandmama, and like you're acting like you're better than all of us, and you're acting like you've moved off and married a rich guy, and you're hoity-toity. Like no, the fuck you're not.
Right. You married Tommy, who still works down at the fucking 7-Eleven. Like,
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say at the docks from that Bon Jovi
I
song.
was, I was, but I was like, I don't know.
Used to work at the dock. That would have been good.
I fucking hate Bon Jovi.
John Bon Jovi. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a. I don't have a. I don't really. I didn't go through a Bon Jovi phase. We'll say that.
No. And like we're in the same age group, right? Like you're probably way younger than me,
I
but
don't think so.
well, you're definitely younger than me.
Okay. Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm 21.
No, okay. We're not gonna lie. We're not gonna start lying now, Taylor.
I'm 31. I'm 31.
Are you?
About to be 32. Yeah, about to be
Yeah, so you
32.
are. You're a lot younger. Not a lot, but because I'll be 38 in March.
My husband's 39. So I mean, it's not.
Wow.
There's no. That doesn't make a. It's the same. You know.
It is. After 30,
Yeah.
you know, like, but like, I've worked with people over the last few years that are like in their early 20s, and it's like, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
It's like, I are you even a person? Like,
Yeah. I don't know.
I
It
don't know either.
But I didn't really like figure out who the hell I was until I was like 28, 29. And then I was like, okay, it's okay for me to be this person. So like maybe there's hope for them, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, will you go
Well,
get these dogs? Okay.
come on.
Sorry. There's
We're this is a very serious interview. We're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Sorry. They're just fighting over a stick and they're gonna knock the BB gun over. I'm worried about the BB gun really.
That's how my kids are.
Oh, God. I have a 19-year-old.
No, you don't.
I didn't poop her out. She's mine though.
Oh my God.
She's mine. Can you cut that part?
No, that's staying in.
She's my stepdaughter, and she's amazing. And she's 19, and she's got a really good head on her shoulders, and she's starting to figure out what she wants to do and who she is. And she's kind of been true to that since she's been 14, since I've been in her life. And I think but she's not like super driven by social media. She's not like validated by that. She wants to work hard and get things. So there are kids out there that I think really, you know, they're going to do cool things and they know who they are. But majority of
That's
them are
awesome.
like, you know, something like you play in college circuits and you go and walk on canvas and you're like, I mean, these people are just, they're all carbon copies of each other. They're all the same.
Yeah. There's like no personality.
Yeah, I hate that.
You know, and the personality they do have, they're like upset about everything.
Yeah, and that's not, you know, I'm very lucky Naomi is not that way
Yeah.
at all.
So we've talked a lot about nothing, and it's been awesome.
I'm for it.
I am too. Like, this is great. Now, you talked about, we always talk about boots and whiskey, obviously, right? But do you wear boots? And you're gone again.
Oh my gosh, I have to delete another thing. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
What do I delete now?
Let's see.
I can't delete Loves.
What's Loves?
The Loves app?
What's that?
The Loves truck stops? Do y'all not have those?
No. We don't even have we don't even have a Buc-ee's.
Bucky sucks.
What?
They're the worst.
I literally bought a Buc-ee's cup because I wanted one.
They I can't go into a Buc-ee's. I freak out every time.
Why?
There's too many like 10-year-olds running around after a softball game, and I'm just trying to go in there to pee and quiet and, you know, get a slushie or something, and it's like it's too hectic for me. I can't handle it.
Is it really like a Walmart with a gas station?
100%.
Okay, cool.
I got stuck in a Buc-ee's for 2.5 hours after my bachelorette trip one time. It was awful. Yeah, but
How's
Love's
the food though?
it's pretty good. I've gotten sick from it one time, but it is pretty good. The brisket, I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty good. And they got all the snacks, you know, and they don't have Red Bulls. They have their own version of a Red Bull, which is pretty good.
Okay.
I like it if it wasn't so crazy.
Now, what's Love's? Is it like kind of like the same?
It's just like a truck stop. It's way smaller.
Okay.
But they got the roller dogs and they've got the, you know, all the fountain drinks and all the coffee and
So it's
snacks.
like a Wawa?
Kind of like a Wawa. It's not as nice as a Wawa, but the Love showers we take a lot of Love showers.
I used to take a lot of Love showers.
They're nice. I don't even know what we were talking about before. I'm sorry.
I don't either. So because you're the barefoot queen, apparently, do you wear boots? Do you have a pair of boots? Do you like boots?
I love boots. I don't wear anything but boots. It's like boots or Birkenstocks, to be honest.
Or barefoot.
Or barefoot. Yeah. I mean, like, I wore boots today to go to Walmart and I took them right off and I've been barefoot since. So, yeah, I love boots. And I've only worn boots. I've been only wearing boots on stage and, you know, in my daily life for like the past 7-8 years, you know? So I had like the first pair of fry boots I ever got in 9th grade. And I still wear them. They're in the bus right now. I wear them to shows and shit. Like,
nice.
Yeah, I feel like my feet don't fit right in anything else but boots. Like, you're not gonna catch me in heels. Like,
now, have you ever thought about going on stage barefoot?
oh, if I have money in my bank account to get a pedicure, then yes, I have done that.
All right.
But if not, it's me trying to do it myself at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it looks like a 5-year-old did it. So no.
Fair enough.
You know.
Fair enough.
And I like to be tall. I mean, I am tall. I'm like 5'9.5". The half counts.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm tall. I'm a big. That's why all the guys in my band are like over 6 foot. Like, yeah, you know, I can't have anybody short unless the drummer can get away with being 6 foot because he's sitting down.
Right.
But like when we walk in a place, like I can't be the biggest person on stage. You know what I mean?
True. Like my license says I'm 5'7", but I think I'm shrinking.
It happens.
Like, bad.
Oh no.
You know.
Well, you can get those platforms put in your boots.
No.
He said no. You're just gonna raw dog it?
I mean, that's the only way I do it.
Yeah, I feel you. My husband's 6. What are you, 6'7"? 6'7". He's 6'6", but his dad's
Holy
6'9".
shit!
His dad's 6'9", but he's shrinking. He's
Damn.
probably about 6'8". But and then like my bass player is like 6'3". No, yeah, 6'3". My guitar player is 6'4".
Damn.
Yeah, we big jokers.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, I'm not yawning because you're
Am
boring.
I
Because
boring
you're
you to
not.
death? Oh my
No,
god!
dude, it's 10 o'clock. It's like way past my bedtime. Actually, it's not because I would
It's
be just
Friday
in bed.
night.
So I think I would be totally remiss if I didn't mention our friends over at 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th Mountain Whiskey and Spirit Company. They're out of Vail, Colorado. Great friends of ours. We don't like bourbon here at the Boots and Whiskey Podcast, and they make the absolute best bourbon I've ever tasted in my entire life. And I'm not saying that because they've been great to us. They have the best bourbon, the best rye I've ever tasted in my entire life. So check them out, 10thwhiskey.com. Tell them the Boots and Whiskey Podcast sent you. Cheers.
It's Tuesday night.
Okay.
I would just be laying in bed scrolling TikTok anyway. So
If you need to go, it's okay.
no, I don't. I don't need to go.
Just take a day, Quill.
I got nothing but court tomorrow. So
Court.
yeah, it's the first court appearance for our divorce.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah. Well, I'll just spam your Instagram tomorrow so you have something to distract you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
No problem.
I'll be like, ha 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 ha.
No.
What's so funny? Don't worry about it.
Lord.
Yeah. So what else we gotta? What else we got? What else are we gonna embarrass ourselves with
I
tonight?
don't know. I've already done enough of that, I feel like.
No, you've been fine. You've been great.
At
So
least people know what they're getting.
that's true.
Yeah.
No, speaking of, I guess to talk about music a little more. Do you what's a band that isn't like super well known or is getting to be well known that you absolutely love?
Oh. There's a band from Alabama that is a female fronted southern rock band called Parker Barrow, and they're awesome. Most of the people I tour with and stuff are bigger than me, but I don't think they're as big as they should be. Like I think Silverado should be way bigger than they are. Sam Morrow.
Let's see. Come on, they're Mike and the Moon Pies.
Yeah, well, I can't. I have
That's
to
true.
say what they want to be called. That's outlaw as shit to be like, you know what? I want to be something else, and I'm going to do this, and you're still going to buy tickets, and they did. You
It's
know,
true. Like
it's outlaw as fuck for real.
like I know their team too, and like we've been trying to work out something for them to get on the show,
Yeah,
and like I'm not gonna lie to you, that's gonna be like one of the first questions. They're gonna be like, "Why the fuck did you change your name?"
and Mike's going to be like, because I fucking wanted to.
Well, and I hope so because that's
Yeah,
what I want the answer to be.
it's cool. I support them, and they could be whatever the hell they wanted to be. They're still one of the best country bands I've ever seen. So they
Yeah,
can
they're
do whatever
great.
they want. But I think Rob Linus should be a lot bigger. I think Sam Morrow should be a lot bigger. I think Vandalier should be bigger than they are. There's a lot of really great bands that
Yeah,
I love and listen to every day that are worthy of it. You know.
yeah, I love that. I love that because like a lot of those bands you just rattled off are bands that I love.
Yeah.
You know,
Same.
you know who I really have gotten into
Who?
like over the last month or so is Treaty Oak Revival.
They're great.
They're so good.
I accidentally got hammered on Saturday and stayed up till like 4:30, and I have an inflatable hot tub in my garage, and I just listened to Treaty Oak in the hot tub at like 4 o'clock in the
That's
morning.
that's the best.
It was
I
good.
almost bought an ice bath at Target the other day.
That's the opposite.
I know, but it was like $50, and
But
I was
that's
like,
like for health. This is for drinking beer in.
I understand that, but like, I'm sure I could get hammered enough and jump in my ice bath. I'd probably die.
Yeah.
Like, like I can't feel it. hypothermia, and then because I'm living at my parents again, like I'd just be like, oh, sorry,
That's how you lose all your toes.
right? I'd probably die, let alone lose my toes.
It'd be awful.
It would be.
The inflatable hot tub feels like you're in like a Coleman cooler with like a little like bubble machine in it, and it's perfect. I've had 2 of them. I love it.
Does it work?
Hell yeah, it works. It gets up to 104.
That's hot.
It's good.
Yeah, but why do you need something that hot in Alabama? Isn't it always hot anyway?
I mean, yeah, but right now it's like I'm gonna have my doors open right now. It's kind of cooling off. It's probably like 70 something right now, which is hot
Yeah,
tub weather because it's
yeah,
not
that's
gonna get
true.
colder than that.
That's true.
I'm for it.
That I'm not upset by it.
If you have like back pains or like muscle pains or anything, just jump in the hot tub for 15 minutes, get out, sit on the couch, eat an ice cream sandwich. It's pretty good.
God, you're living the life.
I really am.
Damn, girl. I'm jealous.
You should try it.
I might. I might.
Highly recommend.
Yeah. So, all right. Wow. Huh. My brain is going a million miles an hour. I don't even know what to do.
I've talked your ear off. I'm
No, it's
sorry.
awesome. It's awesome. So, yeah. I don't know. What else you want to talk about?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'll cheers you though.
What?
Cheers.
Oh, I don't have a drink because I've been feeling
This is
like
the
shit.
Boots and Whiskey podcast, and you don't have any whiskey.
I know. I told you. I have been feeling like shit the last few
Well, that's
days.
probably good. Are you taking medicine?
Um, no,
Oh, you're one of those.
I'm not one of those. I'm just I have a drug intolerance.
You can't take a Sudafed?
No, God, no. I would be fucking hallucinating like you wouldn't even believe.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Damn, I'm a little jealous. I feel like that'd be really fun. Like you're not even doing anything serious. You like you pop a Dayquil and you're like, me, like
Yeah. Yeah.
that'd be
I would
fun.
sleep for the next like 4 days.
Well, just take some vitamin C. That's what I've been doing because we've been sick. I mean, like I'm hugging it everybody every night. That's like the thing. I
Right.
just give out big sweaty hugs to everybody, and I love it. But like, I tend to get sick a lot. But those little elderberry gummies, not to get all crunchy hippie woo woo on you, but elderberry gummies and then the vitamin C gummies,
Yeah.
good. I'm telling you, because my
Like
husband,
I
my husband's sick right now, and I'm not, which never happens.
like I take ashwagandha every day. There's another one I take. Um, and a lot of it is to chill me the fuck out
Yeah, that's
because
good.
I'm a lunatic. Um, and it works.
It does work. I take magnesium every day.
Do you? I was told to start taking that, but I
They
wasn't
make them in
sure.
gummy form too, so you feel like you're just having a little piece of candy.
I'm gonna have to try that out.
It's good. I recommend.
It is good.
It'll probably make you feel a lot better.
Probably.
And some
Probably.
chicken noodle soup.
What I'll do is I'll start taking it and I'll just text you and let you know how it's going.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be on your Instagram, so
That's true.
we'll be able to talk.
All right. All right, Taylor. I'm going to bed.
Night.
I don't want to, but I gotta
I feel you.
I gotta be on my A game to sit in a courtroom lobby all day tomorrow.
Uh, we'll be thinking about you.
Thanks.
That shit's hard. You'll get through it.
Yeah. Yeah. You got this.
You got it. Well, thank you for
You
having
got
me.
this. Well, anytime. Anytime.
Okay. I'll call you
All
tomorrow.
right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Well, there you have it, everyone. Our conversation with Taylor Hunnicutt again. If you didn't enjoy this episode and the conversation and the banter and the back and forth, you obviously don't get it. And that's okay. It's not for everybody, I guess. But we had an absolute blast. And you know what? I consider Taylor a friend. Um we've had some side conversations here and there about some things, and she is the real deal. And you saw that in this episode. And if you didn't see that in this episode, you're either sleeping or not paying attention. So again, Taylor, thank you for everything. You're an absolute gem. We love you to death here. A big thank you for just being you. Honest to God, just being you is half the battle. Next week, not next week. This week coming, we're actually going to release a special episode this coming Sunday with Tennessee Jet. And I'm going to give you a little kind of like a brief synopsis of it. We don't ever try to get political here on this show, but I also want to make it as authentic of a conversation as possible. Now, Tennessee Jet and I, we talk a lot at length about a lot of things, but we also talked a lot about this upcoming election. And he's a Texas, Oklahoma guy and what it means for the people down there. And, really it's a conversation I think anybody could benefit from, whether you agree, disagree, right, left, middle, whatever. Like it's a conversation that I think a lot of us are having. And I think it's very important for it to come out beforehand. It's not trying to sway an election or anything like that. I hold myself to a pretty high regard, but I don't think we're that fucking powerful. But I think it's also for our fans and our listeners, something to be heard. So thank you for that. Tennessee Jet will be Sunday, and then next Tuesday on Election Day we have Ruby Lee. I know I said that Ruby Lee was going to be today, but here we are. You know what? My show schedules happen. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart for being here. Sunday, we're just going to release it Sunday. Sunday, Tennessee Jet will be here. It'll be another video for you. And then next Tuesday, Ruby Lee is audio only. So don't look for it here on YouTube. It'll be on our podcast platforms, as this will be too. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you on Sunday. Until next time, keep the boots on the ground and the whiskey in the glass. Be good to each other, guys. Cheers.